So in addition to draw modifiers like we were discussing previously, you also have general modifiers. So let's just click and drag to begin drawing a box, and we can press B to perform a bevel and roll the wheel to adjust our segments for bevel. We could press T and add solidification if we wanted to convert this into a panel cut using solidification. We could also press V in order to array this and roll the wheel to add additional segments. The interesting thing about array is if you press V twice, you can actually activate radial array, where you can begin rolling the wheel in order to adjust how many are in your count. However, Hops has had a dedicated system built for radial array that we definitely recommend. But just letting you know that there's also a system in place in boxcutter that we're currently working on enhancing as time goes on. In addition to being able to array with V, you can roll the wheel. You could also press Shift R in order to reset array. Sometimes you'll have array started and you won't have any idea where it is, and that's where pressing Shift R will reset it back to something more sane. We will just click and drop this back into a pause mode. In addition to using bevel, solidify, and array, you also have access to mirror. If we press 1, we're now mirroring on the x-axis, which is this axis that we're looking at. You can tell that it's mirrored because the object just suddenly changes. We can actually mirror on the Y, which is something a little more visual that will probably be more assistive. And if we move the shape, you can see that it's now showing up. And let's just press B and bring back our bevel just like we had it. And we could also press 3 in order to array on the Z-axis as well. So 1, 2, and 3 activates your array for X, Y, and Z, and Shift 1, 2, 3 will actually flip it. In the event that you want to remove a mirror in the middle of your cut, you can press 3 to remove it on the Z, 2 to remove it on the Y, and 1 to remove it on the X. And we could even press it to bring them back once again. But just letting you know that these are the modifiers that you have access to inside of boxcutter. There's a lot more to it than that whenever it comes to modifiers inside of boxcutter, but this is just the cursory overview of just getting started with modifiers in boxcutter.